addiction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will,
in freedom from
anxiety, and may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abiding well-being, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will,
in freedom from
anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings released from all suffering, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. When they act upon intention, all beings are the owners of their action, and inherit its results. The future is born from such action, companion to such action, and results will be their home. All actions with intention, be they skillful or harmful, of such acts they will be the heirs.
So, good morning, everyone. Today I was thinking of reflecting a little bit about working at Rodha Vihara, and I want to share a story of instant karma. And so, over this last weekend, we were doing some work to kind of set up the Buddha Hall, and I was helping run some of the speaker wires that we were trying to put for the sound system. And we were hoping to put it around the whole house so that even when we're outside trying to circumambulate, we can actually circumambulate around the house. So I was working with another man who had a lot of experience. And so he first went up into the attic, and we have a little shelf there, and then he put the ladder against it, and then he climbed up the ladder into the attic. And he said, "Hold the ladder." I said, "Okay." So I, 2 hands, I grabbed the ladder. He says, no, put your foot on the bottom. I said, "Foot on my bottom? You mean right there next to the ladders?" "Yes, right there on the bottom of the ladder." I said, "Oh, okay." So I put my foot on the bottom of the ladder. Okay. I said, okay, but I said hold the ladder in the front, right? So he climbed up, went into the attic. And then I fed him the speaker wire. He crawled back and forth. But he was like, "Oh, this is, really tiring, crawling in this little space." And so after we pulled a couple of them, I volunteered, I can run the wire, Generally I'm pretty incompetent in doing any of these kind of work, but I've already observed him running the wire a couple of times. It seems pretty simple, right? You grab the wire and you crawl a little bit and you bring it to the other side, and you crawl and you bring it to the other side. So I said, "I got this, that's okay." And also I'm a little bit smaller than him, so I thought, okay, it'd be easier for me to crawl in the attic space as well. And it's a good experience. And so then after a little bit of him doing the work, I said, "I'd be happy to run the wire." He said, "Really, you want to do it?" I said, "Okay, yeah, I'm happy to do it." And so I put the ladder against the shelf, and I climb up into the attic space, and I start pulling the wire. And first time it was a little bit awkward, but after the second time, I get pretty familiar with it. I can turn around in the space. I just have to kind of be a little bit pulled in, and I can actually crawl pretty quickly because I'm, much smaller. And so it's kind of fun. I haven't really kind of crawled like that before for a long time. It's kind of, you get a lot of energy. So I'm pulling the wire. Now the tricky thing at that time is it's already maybe like 5 o'clock, and usually our meditation is like at 5:15. And I'm pulling wire right above where we meditate. So I'm feeling kind of, oh gosh, maybe we should stop because maybe we're going to meditate. But we have a little bit more we have to do, I wouldn't want to have this man kind of stuck because it's like, oh, you're gonna stop now, and so it's okay. Maybe I just finish. So the men also they've been working, and so Jing-Wei said, if you want to take a rest, it's okay. But they still wanted to meditate, so they went to our other house, we call it Karuna House, to meditate up on the deck. And so just myself and Jing-Wei there with the other man working, and pulling the wire. And so Jing-Wei, maybe you go meditate with the men. I'll finish here. It's okay. So Jing-Wei said, really? I said, yeah, it's good that one of us meditates with the group. I'll be there shortly. I thought, this is no problem. I can do this work. It's pretty easy. Maybe another 10 minutes, it should be done. So I'm running the wire, and I remember having the thought, I need to go a little bit faster. I can get this done and go join their meditation. And so what happens is, as I'm coming up and down, because I have to go outside to push the wire up and to pull the wire across, and I use the same ladder, so I move to different places. So I put the ladder back against the shelf, and I start to climb up the ladder. And then I just kind of, not exactly jump, but kind of push down a little bit to kind of get into the attic. And right when I push up a little bit to get into the attic, the impact of my foot against the ladder actually causes the ladder to slip. So the ladder actually slides out. And so I'm in the attic maybe halfway, right? So I just actually fall down, against the side of the attic. Imagine the hole. This, my body just hits the edge, and I slam against my chest. And fortunately, the shelf was below too. That my foot actually could also come down on the shelves to kind of also absorb some of the impact. If I wasn't there, probably could be very dangerous if I actually hit the top and fell out, and I was 30 feet from the ground. That wouldn't be a good story. But it was interesting. I got hit, and my first thought actually was instant karma. I said, I could see about 45 seconds ago that thought of, I need to do this faster. I got this, which caused me to actually work a little bit less carefully and have a little bit more force as I was doing the work. The other man came out and saw that the ladder slipped, and he saw that, generally I seemed okay, and he said, yeah, the reason that does that is because when the ladder is pushed against a shelf, if you step on anything higher than the shelf on the ladder, it's easy for that ladder to slip. So usually if the ladder is just completely open normally, you can go pretty high. But if it's against something, if you go higher up, it can easily slip. So to be very careful. I said, I thought about my physics background. I thought, okay, that makes some sense. That if you apply force to something and the pivot point, the fulcrum point is down here, then it will slide out. And so it's okay, lesson learned. But I realized, because I had that thought of rushing and a little bit of a thought of, I got this, no problem, I can do it, faster. You could say the ladder slipped, I hit my chest, and I had this kind of little bit aching pain in my chest, which I can feel. And it's kind of uncomfortable, but it's a kind of constant reminder of instant karma, don't rush. And what I found being in the monastery is karma comes faster and faster. From the false thought, the actual consequence of the false thought is pretty quick. Or maybe it's because I've developed more awareness in my life. Because maybe if I was just kind of not cultivating at all and not observing the thoughts in my mind, the intentions in my heart, that something would be happen, and I would just blame the latter, or blame the other person, or blame the object, and say, stupid, attic,
Stupid tree.
stupid tree.
I have instant
Oh,
karma
yeah.
with the tree.
Yeah,
but
you
maybe
may
next
gotta
time.
have instant
last
karma with
week.
the tree is driving the truck.
Yeah.
Tree, bam, hit him in the eye.
Don't spoil.
No spoil. Can you wait
Yeah.
to tell your story next time? Yeah, Gabriel Vihar is very good at these quick lessons. And a little bit painful, but sometimes a little pain makes the lesson go deeper. And so I thought, a very good lesson in terms of, okay, so for number one, I can't rush. When I want to get something done, I have to do it in a mindful, not that I do it slowly, but I do it in a way that's careful and mindful. And I need to pay attention. And I think this is actually really important for our entire lives. Having grown up, again, I talk about being growing up in the Bay Area, my habit is to rush. Something happens, I want to get it done fast. Some students in school procrastinate before doing their homework. I wasn't that kind of student. I would actually do my homework in the class right when I got it. So my goal every day was to finish the homework for that class in class. The teacher was talking, so that's my homework? Okay. So I finished the homework. Or I would finish it during the breaks. So right between, I have maybe 5 or 10 minutes in break time, I would be getting everything done as quickly as possible. And so when I go home, I have no homework. My mom would always ask, don't you have homework to do? I would be watching TV. I remember watching Disney Afternoon. And she said, don't you have homework? No, I finished all my homework. And since I generally had finished all my homework, she didn't have much to say. But that was just my personality, is I have something I need to do, I do it as quickly as possible. In some sense, it could be a strength, but in another sense, if I do it out of a place of forcing, that it actually leads to affliction. And I realized for myself, this is something I have to actually monitor in my mind and heart all the time, because it's a habit that I developed since I was very young. As far back as I can remember as a young boy. I just want to do things, I want to do it immediately and as quickly as possible. And so if I don't watch my mind or heart or body, I can easily slip into that gear, because it's something that I found brought me a lot of success, even brought me praise, right? Oh wow, you did it very quickly. Oh wow, I have a lot more free time to do what I want. But it actually doesn't lead to real liberation, real well-being. And I think as we start to cultivate, we begin to face some of these deep habitual tendencies that we've developed through our lives that actually might have served us, really helped us get to where we are. But then as we start to cultivate, we realize I'm going for something deeper than just getting by with my habits. I'm going for something that truly liberates. And takes real honesty. And I think when we really decide, I want to cultivate patience, I want to be gentle, aware, mindful, and we really make that our intention, somehow the universe responds, that when we go off, it tells us, not with words, it's and ow, that was painful. Our Jing-Wei, boom. It's literally I felt like something punched me in the chest. I think for Jing-Wei, was like something punched him in the eye. You can tell the story later. And it's okay, I got the message. So maybe today, if people are following with us during our program, maybe you can think a little bit about how can you observe your mind and heart. Where are the places where we tend to go with our habits, and see if we can catch ourselves and say, you know what? Maybe there's another way. maybe I can be a little bit calmer, a little bit more settled, a little bit more mindful. And it's in that cultivation bit by bit that we actually transform. Okay, let's do 3 steps, 1 bow.